If you've been applying to jobs and you haven't heard back, you're not alone. It can be incredibly frustrating. In today's video, we're going to break down why this happens and what you can do to avoid it. Make sure to stay till the end, where I'm going to share some pro tips to help you get noticed. Hey, I'm Abby, and welcome back to the Life Work Balance YouTube channel. I'm a career and interview coach, and I help people just like you feel more confident and strategically prepare for their upcoming interviews and job search process. One of the greatest frustrations of job seekers is lack of responses from organizations, recruiters, and hiring managers. So we need to start by acknowledging this truth. It's hard to get a response when you're applying to jobs. You might have all of the qualifications and still silence. So why is this happening? Well, there are a few reasons why employers and recruiters might not reach out after you've submitted an application. Let's go through those reasons. Reason number one is the Applicant Tracking System, or the ATS. Many companies use an applicant tracking system. This type of software and computer program helps companies and recruiting teams scan resumes before they even really look at them. The ATS looks for specific keywords and phrases that match the job posting or the job description from the candidate's resume that was submitted. If your resume doesn't include these keywords, then it might not even make it to a human being. A computer system might kick it out before a human ever sees it. This is one of the most common reasons as to why you might not be getting a response after you submit an application. And this is completely within your control. So how do you overcome the applicant tracking system? You do so by tailoring your resume. Make sure that your resume is tailored to each and every job that you apply to. Look closely at the keywords in the job posting and incorporate those keywords and phrases from the job posting directly into your resume. You'll also want to do this incorporation with your cover letter. Find those keywords and phrases and put them in your cover letter. If they're using an applicant tracking system, it's possible that this computer system will not only review your resume, but also your cover letter. The biggest point with tailoring your resume is to ensure that you are being honest about your background and experience. You can put things in your resume and in your cover letter and in your job application that might not be true, and you might even get through the hiring phase and be brought onto the company. But if they realize that you lied about your experience, your education, then that can come back to haunt you. So always be honest. Another reason you might not be hearing back from recruiters or employers or even hiring managers is simply because of the competition. You are not the only person applying to this job. Some job postings receive hundreds, if not thousands of applications. So what can you do to stand out among the crowd of applicants? Well, you've really got to make your resume shine. So in addition to the previous tip about tailoring your resume, to stand out, you really need to focus on showcasing your achievements, your skills, and your abilities. Instead of just listing your responsibilities and the tasks that you have for each job, highlight your impact. When possible, use numbers or percentages to quantify your achievements. These numbers or percentages make the information on your resume or in your cover letter more meaningful and thus more valuable to the person who is reviewing your document. For example, increased sales by 25% in 6 months sounds a lot better than responsible for sales. Reason number 3 as to why you're not hearing back might be because of lack of follow-up. Sometimes because you don't hear back is because you are not following up. It's important to show your interest in the role and demonstrate persistence. If you don't follow up after submitting an application or after an interview has been completed, it's possible that you might have gotten forgotten in the shuffle. So you overcome this by sending a polite follow-up email. After submitting an application, wait about a week or so. Then send a polite follow-up email. Maybe this is to a generic HR email. Maybe they have a recruiter explicitly listed on the job posting. Send a polite follow-up about 1 week after you've submitted your application, or about 1 week after the posting has closed. Express your continued interest and ask if they might need additional information from you to continue through the hiring process. Similarly, after an interview, send a follow-up thank you note. The persistence that you show with these simple follow-up messages, whether it's following up after submitting an application or following up with a thank you after an email, can make a huge difference. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. You can be the squeaky wheel in the application and the interview process. Reason number 4 as to why you might not be hearing back is because there might be a hiring freeze or they're moving forward with an internal candidate. Sometimes the issue has nothing to do with you. The company might have put a hiring freeze in place, or they might have decided to move forward in the interview process with an internal candidate who already works for the organization. It's tough when this happens, but it's not a reflection on your abilities. So how do we deal with this? Well, we are prepared for delays. Be patient and be prepared to follow up if you haven't heard back in a couple of weeks. And more importantly, while you're waiting to hear back from this role, continue to apply. Do not put all of your eggs into this one basket. You need to do what's best for you. And if this organization doesn't get back to you, you don't want to have wasted the time waiting for them. Continue to apply to roles that you are qualified for. There are always new opportunities that are showing up in the job search world. It's important to stay persistent and committed to your job search. So don't stop applying. Expect delays and don't put all of your eggs into one basket. And finally, another reason why you might not be hearing back is because you're just simply not the best fit for the role. This doesn't mean that you're not qualified to do the job. It just means that there was something in your application or maybe even during the interview that just didn't fit well with the employer and what they were looking for in a potential candidate. So to overcome this, you want to be very strategic about the jobs that you apply to. Make sure that you are only applying to jobs that truly align with your skills, your experience, and your career goals. You should also be honest with yourself about the level of the role that you are applying to. If you are underqualified, they will quickly skim over your application. And if you're overqualified, it can sometimes hurt your chances too. Employers might assume that you are only taking this position to get your foot in the door and then leave soon. So now that we've covered some of the reasons as to why you might not be hearing back, let's talk about how you can avoid being ghosted when you apply. Here are some tips that will get you the best chance at receiving a response. First, tailor your resume and cover letter. Ensure that your resume and your cover letter are tailored to every single job that you apply to. Using the job description, you can highlight your skills, your abilities, and your accomplishments using the same language that the hiring team has used when they've described what this job is going to be like. Highlight your most relevant skills using the keywords and phrases you find directly in the job posting. Connect the dots for the reviewers. How are you going to be the best fit for this position? Tip number 2 is network. Networking is huge. Sometimes knowing someone at a company can help you circumvent some of these frustrating pieces of the process. It can help your resume get noticed. It can help you get your foot in the door with an initial interview. It can help you skip the applicant tracking system. There are so many benefits to networking. Consider reaching out to people that you know on LinkedIn or people that you've met through previous events like conferences, professional association meetings, etc. Try to build relationships with the people in the industry so they can help you get past that initial step and get your resume noticed and ideally an interview. Tip number 3 is to stay organized. Keep track of all the jobs that you've applied to and follow up as necessary. Staying organized helps you ensure that you don't miss any opportunities to engage with this potential employer. And finally, tip number 4 is keep improving your skills. Employers want to see that you're growing. Consider upskilling by taking additional courses or certification that are relevant in your field. This can help your application stand out, especially in the very competitive job market. So to wrap up, if you're not hearing back after applying to a job or interviewing for a job, it could be due to a number of reasons like ATS filters, competition, or even timing. But by tailoring your applications, networking, and following up, you can significantly increase your chances of getting a response. If you found this video helpful, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you have any additional questions, comments, thoughts, or ideas on the topic of getting ghosted, not hearing back, networking, etc., please put them in the comments box below. I love receiving comments and I do my best to respond to each individually. And just know that if I'm not able to do so, that the comments you share below will likely help someone who's going through something similar in the future. If you are preparing for an interview or wanting to apply to a job and you need some additional support, consider reaching out to me today. I offer one-on-one sessions where I can help you prepare for your job search or for your upcoming interview. My slots fill up quickly, so reach out to me as soon as you're ready for that additional support. If you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell so that you can continue to receive life-work balance advice delivered directly to you every week. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.